welcome to a section I like to call my seaside chats, meaning that I will do like a big video once a month and a short video another time a month. This is what this is, the first of my short video series. And today we will be discussing my love-hate relationship with all things Hallmark films, because it's just too good. It's just, too good. Gotta interrupt. I have to be honest, okay? I have to be honest. I enjoy Hallmark films on occasion. So I do not watch them every day, not at all. And I do not watch them year round, not at all. I will watch them every blue moon, basically, and then during Christmas time, I'll jump back on because the Christmas Hallmarks are just too good. They're classics. I grew up watching them with my grandma at her house, okay? So, like, the nostalgia is attached to the brand for me. But then I had to ask myself, why did I fall out of love with the whole Hallmark franchise? What was the big deal with it? Like, what really got me in my feelings about the Hallmark franchise? And I came to a conclusion. That conclusion being, they really just can't write romances at all. Like, realistic romances, they can't write them. And I think that now they don't even try to, but it's like, back in the beginning, did you even try to write a realistic romance? Did you even try? Like, what? I have one favorite Hallmark, I'll be honest. And every 2 or so years, I'll jump back and be like, I need to watch that again. It's too good. And that's what got me in this. It's because I went back and I watched it. It's called Dashing Through the Snow. Yeah. It's more for nostalgia's sake and less for it being a good film. It's the acting horrible. The plot terrible. It's like a classic Hallmark plot. Like, there's nothing special, different, anything about it. It's like I'm not anybody new or whatever. It's just, for some reason, this one just stuck, and it's my favorite Hallmark film that has ever been made that I have seen. And let me tell you, I have seen a lot. I have seen a lot of Hallmark films, okay? So I was just like, what is it? Got me thinking. As I was watching, I was like, what is it? What is it? Why is it? And the first thing is, well, as I said, they can't write realistic romances, and I am a fan of a realistic romance. Two. I hate when we like romanticize cheating, and I feel like they do that a lot in Hallmark. They romanticize the cheating. So it's like she goes to a small town, but she has a boyfriend, but it's not cheating on her massive boyfriend because he's a douchebag as it is, so it doesn't matter if she cheats on him with the small town guy, you know? I'm like, but it's cheating. And even if it's the other way around, like, he goes on a vacation, right? Runs into this other chick who's there, but he has a girlfriend and she's single, but it's not cheating because his girlfriend just doesn't understand him, and she doesn't get his artistic expression. But it's still cheating, right? It's like, it's not, is it? Why are we romanticizing people who are unfaithful in their relationships? And one, Dashing Through the Snow, I think I like it more because neither one of them are in relationships, okay? So I have it on a higher pedestal as it is. I mean, yes, he's lying to her. Spoiler alert, but it doesn't matter. He's lying to her because, like, he's like an FBI undercover agent. She's like in a bad organization, allegedly, and so they're like going after her, but it's just like, but it's not, okay? So I'm like, okay. It has that cliche feel without cheating, and that's the thing that I appreciate. And then we like to be like, it's so good, or not we, but some people will be like, it's so good. But I think that Hallmark has kind of leaned into the cliche bit more, and I can appreciate that, because I mean, like, if it's cliche, it's cliche. Might as well embrace it, you know, because it's gonna be like, if you're changing your vibe all of a sudden, the people who have grown up on this vibe or watched it all these years are gonna be like thrown for a loop, and it's like, whoa, what in the world am I watching? Like, if I started, if I was watching a Hallmark and it was like the classic, you know, the classic one went off and the next one came on, and it turned out to be something like what's You Before Me Before You? Is that the name of that one movie? I haven't seen it in a long time. Or 500 Days of Summer, you know, something like that. I would be thrown for a loop, because I was not expecting that. You know, I'm sitting there like, what am I watching? What am I watching right now? Because I'm like, what? And shocking. So I have a love-hate relationship with Hallmark. Once again, I'm going to reiterate my sentence over and over. 1, because they can't write a realistic romance. 2, because they romanticize cheating. And lastly, they never change the plot. Like, Now, don't get me wrong. I love a similar plot when I can predict the film over and over. I eat it up. I enjoy it, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. I will sit there like any other guy and watch, I don't know, whatever movie it is, and I'll know that it's gonna be the exact same movie that I watched 8 times before, and it's still pretty decent, you know? Decent for a Hallmark, but I think, you know, overall not that decent. Don't, I'm just a messenger, okay? My personal opinion. Don't attack me. Anyway, so I'm just like, why don't we ever change the plot? What is it about Hallmarks that make them be like, it's either small town girl goes to the city, falls in love with big town guy, but she wants something and he wants to be more adventurous or whatever, so they go into be like medium city people, okay? Or big city guy goes to small town, meets small town girl, falls in love. Whoa, that's amazing. Big city girl goes to small town, meets small town guy, falls in love with small town guy. Big city guy who's boyfriend's to big city girl comes into small town, meets up with big town girl again, and then they have a falling out, and then it all works out. Sometimes you get thrown for a loop and you get famous person dating a not so famous person. They fall out. Years pass. They get back together because of some fluke accident, like something happened, and then he's dating famous girl as well. They don't, or are like about to get engaged, or are already engaged, about to get married. I saw one of those. It was crazy. I was like, what is this? He's dipping out the day before the wedding because he fell in love with the girl who... I'm off topic. Whoo. So, yeah, it's the same plot over and over. Then you, if you really get lucky, you can get Vacation Hallmark. Vacation Hallmark usually only comes out during the summertime, and that's the peak of it, you know? Oh, it's so good. You sit there and you're just like, yeah, met on a cruise, did ya? So good. You know, there's like a classicness to Hallmark that is ridiculous to American society. And I admit, I eat it up. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Okay, I'm not a 10 out of 10. It's like a 7 out of 10. Like, not bad, but not good at all, you know? Maybe a 6 is probably the closer to what it is. 6 out of 10. I sit there, I'm just like, oh, I know exactly where this is going. But I'm going to sit there and enjoy it the entire time. Yeah. So what is it? Hallmark. How did the marketing genius of Hallmark blows my mind. It does. Because here's the thing. I learned, because I had a book. Let me put my glasses down for this. I had a book, okay? And this was way back in the day. I was in my, like, I'm going to read adult books now phase. And, I was like, yeah, this is it. So, what I did was I got, like, I was in my Hallmark phase still. So I got books that were just like Hallmarks, you know, clean romances. And I was sitting there, I was reading it, I was like, huh, this is very similar to the plot of a Hallmark movie. I was like, whoa, this is, but I didn't, you know, habit. I was like, whoa, this is reminding me of a Hallmark, right? And then I was looking up the author. I was like, and the author is like, this book has been featured and it became a Hallmark movie. I was like, oh, that's why. You know, and then I was continuing to look up the author, and it was like I was reading some of her other stuff, and her other stuff is like way outside the realm of like Hallmark. I was like, where's the, like, what? Where did they connect? Like, because it turns out a lot of Hallmark movies and their shows are based off of books and series. Sometimes the books and series came out before. I don't think most of them did, though. Don't quote me on that. I didn't do any research. Because my Amazon package just got dropped off. And my dogs were going nuts. You can hear them because they're having a nice sabbatical outside. Enjoying the beautiful weather because the weather is really nice for it being January, okay? But I also live in a place where it's not cold. Like we got a cold front, you know, that came down and then it hit Texas. It came right through us, right or what, you know? Anyway, that's gone. So it's nice and warm again. Off topic. What was I even talking about? Hallmarks. Books. So most Hallmarks, from what I learned, was that they were either books before or were written as books after. But they don't really change anything. It's like the person took the screenplay, not the screenplay, but the script, and just made it into a book. So they had to add a little bit of extra, you know, details, whatever. There was nothing else to it. I was just like, okay. But I was like so shocked. Like, how do authors go from writing in-depth mysteries, because that is actually what she was writing, like mysteries that were really good, and I was eating them up, reading them book after book after book. I was like, yes, this is good stuff. And you know, and then I came after I read the Hallmark book first. Unknowingly, I admit, okay? And so I was just like, I didn't go down a rabbit hole to research that. I didn't. That's not the point of this video. This is me just ranting about Hallmark. Like, what is a big deal? They got a grip on us, I admit. They have a grip on Americans. Female Americans in particular. I don't know that many guys who will ever admit to the fact that they will watch Hallmark. I don't know a single one. My dad doesn't like Hallmark. My brother doesn't like Hallmark. My cousins don't like Hallmark. No. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. See, but that was really it. That was really it. Because, let me just say this. Before I pop off, let me just say this. Whoever is writing the scripts for Hallmarks, one, they better be getting paid good money. Good money. That's all I have to say. They need to get paid good money. 2, the people who are writing the scripts for Hallmark, I hope that they do stuff on the side, because I can't feel like you can be that fulfilled in your character. I mean, in your career, if all you're doing is writing the same thing over and over with different characters. 3, the people who are writing scripts for Hallmark, yeah, if you happen to know one, like literally ask them what in the world they do, you know, outside of that. Because, like, I want to know. Because I feel like with the amount of Hallmarks that they push out, they have to either be writing all night, or they have a ton of script writers. I just want to know. 4, okay? 4. Do Hallmarks have directors? They probably do. I should look that up. I'm not gonna look it up. They probably have directors. But also, if you're a director for Hallmark, you also, how do you feel fulfilled in your career if you're just directing the exact same film over and over and over? Because I feel like if I was a film director, I would like want to do a lot of different things. Because, like, as a person who's into fashion and does clothes a lot, I wear and I want to make different clothing. I don't like to make the same piece of clothing over and over and over. I've done that, and I did not enjoy it. It's like I made it for one person, I made it for another person, I made it for another person. I just like, let me explore the limits of my creative ability, you know? So I feel like I wouldn't be fulfilled in that. And lastly, number 5, and I'm gonna let you go, okay? How do you get in that career? Like, how do you end up being a director, producer, screenwriter, you know, costume designer or something? Because they're all needed for Hallmark. How did you end up in that career? Like, because I have never seen that job option pop up on Indeed. I have never seen it. So I'm just like, is it like you contact a friend of a friend who calls up the director, is like, yeah, I know a person who's pretty good with clothes, let me call him up for you. You know, because, like, is it like a family business? I don't know. Who owns Hallmark? Who's the CEO? Like, I could look that up. And if this was a real video that was like a full length, I would. But it's not. So I'm not. Just some thoughts. Well, anyway, this was my seaside chat. It was lovely speaking with you, you know. Hope you have a good break. I'll see you next month. I will. I'll see you next month. And we'll have a good old discussion about it. What am I discussing in my next video? Yeah. We'll have a good old discussion about Pride and Prejudice and my beef with the film. So, see you in a couple weeks again. And, love you. I love you. I do. Okay. Hold on. Who owns Hallmark? It's a family-owned company. That's why you never know. The Hall family, according to my Siri, owns Hallmark. So, we learned something today. We did. Good for you. Good for you. So glad that you learned something along with me. Love you. Bye. Okay, why are you still here? I literally said bye. Okay. Creepy. I'm just gonna scoot that on up. Grab my stuff. Yeah. Some gluten-free Oreos. Love you. Bye. Like, actually, you need to go. You need to go. Bye.